On Friday, Jennifer Licko will be presenting A Celtic Christmas at Winona's historic Masonic Temple Theater. Jennifer tells us more about the concert and her music. First of all, Jennifer, has music always been a big part of your life?
I do come from a musical family, from North Carolina, and a dancing family as well. So my background is a lot of music and dance, and then I went on to study music at school. So I have my degree in music education, just like my mother did and my grandmother did. So I come from also an education background, but I continued on performing after I left university, and I actually went to Scotland to study Scots Gaelic on a Rotary Ambassadorial Scholarship right after college. And that's kind of really what solidified my interest in Scottish music and Irish music, and that kind of got me along the path, my career path that it is now.
So being from North Carolina, how did you get into the Celtic music? It seems to be more country and bluegrass than Celtic down in North Carolina.
Well, actually, so what you said was interesting because it is kind of country. North Carolina is kind of country. However, we had a lot of Scottish settlers during the 1700s that settled in Scotland, and that's actually my father's side of the family came over from Scotland and settled in North Carolina along the Cape Fear region. And slowly they migrated into the mountains of North Carolina. And really the Appalachian music that we know and love today, and as an extension of that, bluegrass music, and a further extension, country music, really all came from the Scots and even the Irish who settled in the United States. So really there is a complete connection and a reason for feeling the passion that I naturally felt for the music. So it was actually a very natural thing for me. I did grow up Scottish dancing because, like I said, I come from a dancing family, and I went to Scottish festivals all over the United States competing in Scottish dance. So I already had that interest through the dance, which was what excited me about going to Scotland to study. It was later when I started doing research and learning more about Scottish music that I realized this close connection between North Carolinians and the Appalachian music and the Scottish music.
Well, I had read a description in your bio that had mentioned your music is kind of a cross between bluegrass and Celtic, and I guess that's where that all comes from.
Yeah, it does. It does. And actually, I play with a fiddle player who studied with Mark O'Connor, who's a great bluegrass fiddle player and country fiddle player, and he really kind of adds to that whole bluegrass feel when it's needed and when it's appropriate. So it's really fun. I like showing the close connection there between the music because it is important. It's really a part of who we are, especially from my family and most North Carolinians. It's a part of our background and our history and our culture. And so it's important to remember where we came from.
So Jennifer, your concert is coming up this Friday, the 29th, at the Masonic Temple. How would you describe your concert and what can people expect?
What can people expect? So I am going to be singing and I'll play guitar, and I will also play baran, which is Irish frame drum. And I might even dance. That's kind of something that you never know what's going to happen. Sometimes I dance if I'm feeling the right spot and the right audience. And my fiddle player will be there, and he will be doing a lot of jigs and reels and just fun, happy, lively Irish music. He's a fiddle player from St. Paul, and I've only started working with him about a year ago. His name is Zach Klein. And then the guitar player is from Ireland, but he also lives in St. Paul. His name is Pat T. O'Brien, and he's an absolutely amazing guitar player. He's the dream guitar player. He's wonderful to work with, and he toured with Eileen Ivers, who was the fiddle player for Riverdance. He toured with her for years, and now he is with the Kathy Ryan Band, who's another hugely popular Celtic singer. So I feel like I'm in good hands with him. And he's really exciting, and he also sings a couple of songs that he wrote, Christmas songs, of course. And all of our repertoire will be Christmas music, with kind of that infusion of a Celtic style and every now and then a little bluegrass. And Some of the songs are original. Like I said, Patsy will sing a couple of his original Christmas songs, and I'll sing some of mine original. But most of them are familiar Christmas carols that everybody knows and loves and wants to hear during the holiday season.
So how many other stops do you have on your tour? You mentioned that Winona is your first stop.
So in Minnesota, we only have 3 because this is our first time touring in Minnesota, and we're just kind of testing the waters. So we'll do Winona and then Montevideo, which I'm excited about Montevideo too because my husband is from their sister city in Uruguay, Montevideo. So that's exciting. And then we'll be in Glencoe. And then we travel down to North Carolina, and we have, oh gosh, I want to say 10 or 11 shows in North Carolina throughout the state.
Well, thank you so much, Jennifer, for taking some time to talk with us today about your concert. And we encourage everyone to stop by and see you on Friday night at the Masonic Temple.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
Jennifer's concert is Friday, November 29th at 7 o'clock p.m. at the Winona Masonic Temple Theater. Now, the tickets are just $13 and they are available online at jenniferlicko.com. You can get them at the door or you can phone 561-670-5534 to get your tickets.